Welcome to the story behind the hymn with Faye Wheeler. This is Season 3, Episode 7.
Today we talk about Beneath the Cross of Jesus by Elizabeth C. Cleffen. Elizabeth Cleffen was born in Scotland in 1830 and died in 1869. She lived most of her brief life near Edinburgh. Her father was the county sheriff. One of her siblings later wrote, "My sister was a very quiet little child, shrinking from notice and is always absorbed in books. The loss of both her parents at an early age taught her sorrow. As she grew up, she was recognized as the cleverest one of our family. She was first in her class and a favorite at school. Her love for poetry was a passion. Though in frail health most of her life, Elizabeth found the strength to help the poor and sick in her town. She and her sister gave all that they could spare to charity, including, it is said, selling their horse and carriage for the benefit of the needy. The townspeople of Melrose referred to Elizabeth as Sunbeam. Despite her frailty, she was a diligent Bible student, a sympathetic listener, and a worker among the poor. Elizabeth's poems were published in the Scottish magazine, The Family Treasure. Beneath the Cross of Jesus appeared after her death. Contained in the same collection was her other famous narrative poem, There Were 99 That Safely Lay. Beneath the Cross of Jesus was discovered by Ira Sankey and introduced in the great Moody Sankey meetings in Britain. Beneath the Cross of Jesus focused on the shelter of the cross and was first published 3 years after the author's death in 1872. The hymn is full of comforting and perhaps paradoxical language about the cross. After all, an instrument of the cruelest torture. Though appropriately sung during Lent and Holy Week today, this hymn is more of a personal meditation on the cross and one's own mortality than a hymn written for a specific time of the Christian year. Listen as the piano presents this meditation beneath the cross of Jesus.
You are listening to The Story Behind the Hymn with Faye Wheeler. We'll be back after these brief messages.
Stories, interviews, music, news, mission. Stories, interviews, music, news, mission. Stories, interviews, music, news, mission. Aunt Betty's studio is producing stories, interviews, music, news, and mission messages. It is a new and exciting avenue for opening the gospel to Carson City and beyond. For all creative types, there are opportunities to get their projects out to the world. For all technical types, there are prospects for learning new skills and gear. For students, it solves the logistical issue of how to get community service hours. There is something for everyone. Aunt Betty's Studio is a ministry of First Presbyterian Church, Carson City. Stories, interviews, music, news, mission. You get it all from Aunt Betty's Studio.
Thank you for listening to The Story Behind the Hymn with Faye Wheeler. This is a Presbypod production of Aunt Betty's Studios, a ministry of First Presbyterian Church, Carson City.